What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the third Q&A on all things trading mindset. Now, before we get started and jump into the few questions I have for today's Q&A, I would love to say that if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. I push out content every single day, and I want you guys to stay up to date with the value because I know it's going to be transformative in your trading journey. If you have other people who you know will value from this content as well, and they're not aware of this channel, they're not aware of me, I'd also encourage you and be very much appreciative if you could send them this video or send them any video that you think would resonate with them. Appreciate your support, guys. The channel growth has been consistently in the positive, so I really do appreciate you guys reaching out, watching the videos, commenting, interacting, liking, and subscribing. So I'm just going to do and continue to put out more and more value on a daily basis. Now, the few questions I have today, the first one, let's get into it. Do you think consistently achieving 3% per month is realistic? Okay. Now, there is an obvious way to answer this question, but I'm not going to answer it that way. One thing I would love to pull apart here is all about expectations as a trader. No trader, no single trader, no individual, no investor, or 99.9999% of traders and investors have no control over the market. Especially if you're in FX, in such a big market that has such a large market capitalization, it's incredibly difficult to have any control over the market and what it's going to do next. So I think as traders, we have to understand and realize and be humble enough to recognize that we have very close to 0% control over what the market's going to do. Very close. Let's just say zero. You got no control over what the market's going to do. But what you do have control over, what you've always had control over, and what you always continue to have control over are three things only: your perceptions, your decisions, and your actions. You have no control over what the market's going to do or what the market's going to give you, but you have full control over how you perceive what the market's going to give you or what the market does. You have no control over what the market's going to do, but you have full control over your decisions in the market. You can decide whether to put an entry on or whether not to put an entry on. You have no control over what the market's going to do, but you have full control over your actions in the market. Click or no click, pretty much. So you have no control over the market, you have full control over yourself, your perceptions, your decisions and actions. So going back to the question, do I think it's realistic to set a goal of 3% per month? The short answer is no, because you have no control over what the market's going to give you. So I talk about this in the One Unlocked lesson in my course, which I think is incredibly valuable for every single trader to truly deep down inculcate and understand, is that we have no control over what the market's going to give us. Therefore, any outcome-based expectations are unrealistic. Whenever you set an outcome-based expectation of what you think you're going to get from the market or what you think the market's going to give you, you leave your outcomes and your expectations in the hands of the market. And for me, that's a little bit silly because I would never choose to have a goal or set a goal that's out of my control. I like to set process-based goals that I have full control over. They fall under perceptions, decisions, or actions. And that way I'm full control over my goals. If I say my goal is to make 3% a month, I am letting the market dictate whether I hit my goals or not. So my recommendation is don't set any outcome-based expectations because we don't have control over those. But what we do have control over are perceptions, our decisions, and actions. So set process-based goals. Instead of saying to myself that I would love to make 3% a month, say to yourself that I'm going to go through and every morning at 8 a.m. or whatever it is, 6 a.m. if you're in the UK, at 6 a.m. I'm going to get out of bed and I'm going to go to my charts and I'm going to forecast for 1 hour. You have complete control over that. So set that as the goal. And then whenever the market aligns according to my trading plan, I'm going to execute. It's another goal and you have full control over that. And then at the end of every trading day, I'm going to review and I'm going to make any adjustments and whatever it is. You have full control over that. And what I suggest to my traders, to my clients, what I talk about in the course, which, by the way, if you haven't gotten the course or at least that free lesson, check it out in the description. It's incredibly powerful. Is to set process-based goals because you have complete control over those. And you set goals that you have control over, which means you're in control over the goals you achieve. Now, here's the funny thing. Whenever you focus on the processes, whenever you focus on what you have complete control over, the outcome comes as a result. So when you ask the question, is it realistic to set 3% monthly targets? My suggestion would be no. Set the processes as goals that you know if you execute on, as an outcome, you'll get that goal, that 3%. So don't have the expectation you're going to get it. Don't set that as the expectation, but have that there and recognize that, okay, that's sort of a target I want to accomplish. Although I know I have no control over that, what I have control over are the processes that if I execute on a long-term basis, it's realistic that on a long-term basis, I may actually get 3% per month. That's not the expectation. The expectation is on yourself that on a daily basis, I'm going to execute on the processes, things I have complete control over, and just focus on that. So my suggestion is don't set any outcome-based goals or expectations as a trader, because then you leave your achieving or not achieving your goals in the hands of the market. Set process-based goals that you have full control over. It's the wisest way to progress as a trader, in my opinion. Okay, so hopefully that offers some insight. 7-minute answer, 6-minute answer. That's all right. You guys know I like to ramble. All right, the next question here. Hi Pat, hope you're doing all right. I was wondering if you would have any recommendations or exercises for me to really internalize the fact that I only need 4 solid trades a month. From a rational standpoint, intellectualize the rational standpoint, I fully understand this. Okay, so from a rational standpoint, I fully understand this. I really encourage you to check out my how knowing something, my video titled around something about knowing. I can't remember the exact title, but I talk about the difference between intellectualizing and inculcation. It'll be very valuable. So from a rational standpoint, I fully understand this. And have intentionally made the calculations to prove this to you and put this in front of you on the desk to be reminded of it regularly. However, I don't really seem to fully have internalized or acted in accordance with it. Okay. So first and foremost, my recommendation would be check out that video on how it's dangerous to, or the dangers of knowing too much. Check out that video. In that video, I talk about the difference between intellectualizing and inculcating. That could go a long way. The next thing here is something I want to bring back out, which I've discussed prior, are on unconscious motives. If you say you want to do something, but you don't follow through with it, and then you do a different action to what you say you want to be doing, that different action you're doing. So my understanding of your question here is that you want to develop more patience because you know only 4 trades will get you to your whatever, to your goals. And you want to develop more patience, but you seem to be taking more than 4 trades. You seem to be taking lower quality trades, and you're beating yourself up because you're taking trades that result in losses or a lower quality, and you beat yourself up because you're comparing it to the fantasy of only taking 4 trades per month, knowing that's going to get your goals. Okay? So the action of taking more than 4 trades as lower quality trades that you wish you weren't doing, there are unconscious motives to doing that. Every human makes decisions based on what they perceive will give them greater advantage over disadvantage at any point in time. Now, if we do an action and then we later beat ourselves up for that action, it means there are unconscious motives. That action that we did that we're beating ourselves up for is unconsciously linked to what's most important to us. There are links there that we're unaware of. There are unconscious motives, unconscious benefits. So the first thing I'd be doing is identifying what specifically is the action that you're doing And I'm just going to abstract your question, and I'm assuming here, you want to double check, don't go off my assumption, but I'm assuming that the action that you're doing that you want to stop doing is taking trades that aren't part of your plan, taking more than 4 trades a month, over trading, that's potentially the action, and then go in there and find how doing that action you're beating yourself up for, the over trading, is serving and benefiting your life. You wouldn't be doing it unless there were more, your brain consciously or unconsciously perceived more advantage and disadvantage to doing it. So going in there and identifying how it's serving and benefiting your life will help bring to surface the unconscious motives for doing it. And you might realize that you're over trading because, and I'm just assuming here again, don't go off my assumptions, go and have a look. But you may realize that the reason you're over trading is because maybe you're bored, maybe you don't have other things that you can fill your time with. Or maybe you're not 100% clear on your plan, and that way you're going outside of your plan. Because when you're certain what you know, you tend not to go outside what you know with your trading plan. So go in there and uncover what are the advantages and the benefits of you over trading and taking more than 4 trades a month. And you'll uncover your unconscious, what was once your unconscious motives for doing so. And then what you can start to do is, now that you're aware of why you're doing it, the unconscious motive behind it, you can start putting processes and strategies in place to overcome or get those benefits elsewhere. So say, for example, you're over trading because you're bored, you go fill up another activity and create a calendar and a structure to really help get some routine to your trading. Or if you're taking trades because you fear missing out on opportunity, it may be an indication you're not 100% certain in your setups. And you need to go in there and get more clear on your setups, get more certainty in your trading plan. Because once again, if you're certain what you know, you're unlikely to go outside what you know. Okay? So I would be going deeper. That would be my recommendation. That would be my advice. Because it's very easy to look at things on the surface level and only just have a look and have a glimpse and see what's you're consciously aware of in that particular moment. That's really easy. Anybody can do that. But it takes, in my opinion, the next level. There's another level that you can go into if you really want to dig deep and uncover your unconscious reasons for doing so. No human moves a muscle without a motive. And a lot of times people aren't aware of their motives. They just think they act. But I assure you there's a very particular reason why you're doing what you're doing. So go in there and identify the action that you're beating yourself up for over trading. Go and find how that serves your life. It'll uncover the unconscious reasons why you're doing it. And then put different things in place to help overcome that. So you're still getting the benefits, but through different actions. And that will go a long way. I promise you on that. Okay? Good. Let's see if there's anything else we can talk about here. They really seem to have internalized and act in accordance with it. Whatever you're doing instead of taking those 4 solid trades a month, you have unconscious reasons for doing so. You need to bring to surface what those unconscious reasons are by going in there and finding 10, 20, 30, 50 benefits to why the benefits of doing that action you're beating yourself up for. Okay, I hope that's insightful. And that's stuff that's, really useful of a one-on-one coaching session as well. So thank you for sending that question in. Now, the next question here is a little bit of I'm going to just pull this little topic out of this question and let's just put a topic forward of, is it my trading strategy or is it my mindset that needs refinement? And I recently did a video on this that I haven't yet posted. It's going to get posted soon. But I want to give my thoughts on when do you focus on refining your strategy and when do you focus on refining your mindset? Is it a trading strategy thing or is it a trading mindset thing that needs refinement? And these are my thoughts on it. This is what I've seen with my clients. This is what I've seen in my own trading journey. And I know it's going to help a lot of you guys out there. Because I know there's a lot of people who are chasing their own tails, refining their strategy, refining their technicals, where in fact the one thing they need to refine is themselves and end up chasing their tails for a year, 2 years, 3 years before they ever realize that it's a mindset related thing. Think about it this way. You have a bucket with holes in it, which is the mindset. And what traders are doing is they're putting water into that bucket. The water's coming out the bucket. And then the solution they're putting in place is putting more water into that bucket, thinking that's going to fill up the bucket. Or in fact, they need to take a step back. They need to do the mindset work, which is patching up the holes. And then when they pour water into it, the bucket holds itself. It's a little bit of an analogy. Okay. So is it my trading strategy or is it my mindset? What I've seen in my journey and the journey of my clients is that for the first 3 to 6 months of your trading journey, it is incredibly smart to get involved in communities. I think it's very smart. I think it's very smart to learn off coaches or mentors, technical coaches and mentors, to develop a sound strategy that's congruent with you and build confidence in that strategy and have a trading plan that clearly outlines your entry points, your exit points, and how much you're risking. Checklists, pictures, and all. Keep it simple, but keep it precise, and build confidence in your strategy and in your setups by back testing and looking at real life data in the markets. Don't have confidence in your strategy because one of your mentors or coaches told you about it, but build confidence in your strategy because you can prove it to yourself through data in the markets. And really find your setups, your go-to setups, and clearly outline that in a mechanical trading plan. You can build discretion on top of a clear mechanical plan, because I think truly you need to earn your right to discretion. I think the way you earn your right to discretion is by having a clear plan that's mechanical, that's your foundation. And then after you have your trading plan, after you have your setups clearly laid out, if you still feel like something's missing, if you're still struggling to get consistency with that plan, it's not your trading plan that needs refinement, it's yourself. Now, I think it's continuously wise and smart to go back to your trading plan and make adjustments and refinements every 3 months or so. But once you have your setups and once you have your plan there, your technical plan, the thing that I think it's incredibly smart to be focusing on and refining isn't necessarily your setups. You need to give it time, those setups time to play out, but it's yourself. It's yourself that needs refinement now. It's about going in there and doing the mindset work to deal with the fear and greed that will take you away from trading your plan. It's about doing the mindset work to take people off the pedestals so you can focus on you and focus on the execution of what you know is right and what you know is so. And it's the mindset work to deal with, the health challenges, the relationship challenges, the challenges with work, the challenges with routines and habits, so you can go to sticking to your trading plan. So I think really the journey is get clear on your setups, get clear on your plan. First 3 to 6 months. An hour a day for 3 to 6 months, you can create an incredible trading plan that you have confidence in if you're consistently working 1 hour a day. Take advantage of the communities, take advantage of coaches in that community, the technical coaches. And then once you have that, the thing that's necessary next is the mindset work. It's the fear and greed, it's the emotions, it's the oscillations, it's the routines, the habits, the people off the pedestal. So you give yourself permission to execute on what it is you know you need to execute on. And this is why I have, the stuff in my description continuously. This is why I have YouTube videos that I put out. And I've got different layers to that. If you just want to start off with the free value, that's great. Subscribe to this channel. Interact with me in the comments. Share with me what value you got from the video, and then share the videos with friends and talk about it with friends and discuss them with friends. And then if you want to take that to the next level, check out my goal setting and achieving masterclass to help you get the structure and the routines in place. It's going to really help you as a trader to get clear on the high priority actions so you progress every single day. And then if you want to take that to the next level, have a look at the free lesson to my Trading Mindset Mastery course. That course will blow your mind in terms of the things you can implement into your trading to help you gain consistency and help to clear away the emotions in your trading and in your life. And then if you enjoy that one lesson for free, get the course. It'll be an investment that's worthwhile in your trading and also in other areas of your life. And then if you want to take that to the next level, have a look at one-on-one coaching with me. I'll hold you accountable and introduce you to new ways of thinking, which are only going to help you when you're trading in the other 6 areas of your life. So the reason I have all this stuff is very specifically because I know traders need this stuff to help them go to the next level. Because there's a lot of traders out there in year 1, year 2, even year 3 that are chasing their own tail, thinking that it's constantly strategy refinement that they need. And I'm not negating strategy refinement. I'm not saying strategy isn't important, but once you have that solid foundation with your strategy, it's 99% of the time going to be the mindset that needs refinement. And a lot of traders just negate that. They don't give themselves permission. They don't give themselves time. They don't invest in themselves. They don't invest in their mindset. And they wonder why they're constantly chasing their own tail with a strategy. So this is why I have my services. This is why I have my products. This is why I have my coaching. This is why I put out daily YouTube videos, because it's what I know traders need to help them gain that consistency and go to the next level. So that's my little ramble. That's my little rant on that. But I hope you guys got value from this particular Q&A. It was a great question on expectations and outcome versus process-based thinking. There was a great question on inculcation and unconscious motives. And there was a great question on strategy versus mindset. If you guys get value from this Q&A, please message me, let me know, comment below. Comment any questions that you would love me to discuss next week. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, turn that notification bell on, share this with friends, and check out the services, the free value I have below. And that masterclass is at a discounted rate, very affordable until Wednesday. So you got a couple more days on that. But again, I hope you guys got value from this particular Q&A. I look forward to next week's one. And I hope you guys are doing incredibly well, and we will speak soon. Cheers.